The village of Carnwath had long the advantage, or disadvantage, of being an isolated community. The circumstance certainly was favourable to the production and originality of character. Willie Spence lived within a few yards of the kirkyard and within 5 minutes' walk of the Motte. This is a remarkable circular mound of earth. There are numerous erections of a similar kind in Scotland and other parts of the world, belonging to the prehistoric age, and antiquarians differ respecting the purpose for which they were created. One account of the Carnwath Motte contended that a bull's hide full of gold was buried within it, but there was danger digging for it, as it was under the guardianship of supernatural powers. Willie, like many other great men, was sometimes in great want of bawbees, and the thought often struck him that there was no use of being ill off when there was such a great quantity of gold to be got for the digging. He daren't dig for gold when it was dark, but in broad daylight, with the sun shining, what ghost, witch, or warlock dare meddle with him then? So one fine day, early in the forenoon, armed with a pick and spade and his courage screwed up to the sticking point, Willie started off for the Motte, fully prepared to be a rich man before the sunset, in spite of Michael Scott, all the witches of Bankmains, all the ghosts in the kirkyard, and the March Moss to the bargain. So climbing to the summit, he set vigorously to work, in high hopes that the bull's hide with its precious contents would soon be all his own. After working hard for several hours without seeing a single sample of unrighteous mammon, he sat down to rest and, looking to the south, observed with concern that Tintock Tap had on his cap, Coulter Fell had donned his cowl, and no doubt every wife in Symington was prophesying the weather would be foul. At length the clouds gathered overhead, and without farther warning a tremendous thunderclap, as if to waken the heavens, burst over his head. The rain too came pouring down like a waterspout, and Willie, convinced that this was the work of the invisible guardians of the treasure buried in the Motte, took to his heels, trembling for his life, in full belief that he was at the mercy of infernal spirits, as peal after peal of awful thunder went rolling over his head, and he exclaimed in piteous tones, "Oh Lord, Lord, I'll never see Jean, no more, no more!" At length he reached his own house, drenched to the skin. As soon as he crossed the threshold, he felt quite safe, for no power, visible or invisible, in his opinion, could touch him in his house. So, turning round and looking up through the pouring rain to the forked lightning and awful thunder peals, cried out loud, in the tones of a man who'd just come off victor in a terrible battle, "Blatter a war, as load as you like, as load as you like!"